Hello, welcome to UnJustified. I hope you're all having a beautiful Sunday here in Alabama. Very, very pretty right now. Earlier when I woke up, we was having a thunderstorm and it was raining and thundering. Last night after we had dinner down, and as I was scrolling down through there, I saw there was a live going on. Most of you know me. If I see a live, sometimes I'll jump in it and see what's going on. And other creators know that. And I've done that on several of them. So there was a live, and it was Armchair Detective. I was kind of just sitting there for a few minutes listening. And there wasn't really nothing being said while I was in there. He was pretty much just replying to people. It was kind of like a live chat. And he was replying to people's comments or whatever. And I know my own subscribers were in there and they were talking. So I left a comment. I was like, hey everyone, saw the live, decided to pop in and say hey to everyone. And so, the ones that knew me were like, hello, how you doing? Hey. And they were just all welcoming me. And then AD sees me and he's like, hello, Unjustified. Unjustified's another creator, and he was thanking me for coming in, and I was like, oh, thank you, good to see you too. And that was about it. It was like a couple of minutes, and then the live was complete. He was finished with it. He turned it off. So I just went on, and I was looking through other things, and Tanya Hagen, the author, she's asked me a few times to do a live on her channel, talk with her about the cases and things, and so I always told her I would, and she even had me scheduled to come on one night, and I'm not sure what happened, but I didn't make it. Didn't even see where she had sent me the invite until it was already over. And Tanya, if you're listening to this, I'm very sorry. I didn't even see it till it was too late and over with. And I will come on your show and I will talk, but my life's crazy. I really can't plan anything. I just have to sporadically do almost everything in my life. So if I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see you're doing a live, I'm going to pop in there. We'll come in and I'll talk. Right, we're going to do that. At the same time, when I got up this morning and I was looking at my comments, because I always try to reply to the comments that subscribers and even non-subscribers do on my channel. And so I was looking through them, and I had a few that were like, oh my God, you were on AD's channel. Oh my God, I can't believe you done that. And, I even had one that was been a long time subscriber to me, and she's like, I'm never listening to your channel again, and I'm unsubscribing. And I'm like, wow. Oh, I mean, it's okay if you don't want to listen to my channel. That's fine. I totally understand that. Oh, that's okay. But the thing is, look, you guys, all this has got to stop. It's just, and it's not just for me. I'm the person. I stay in my own lane. I don't do clicks, and I don't do sides, and I don't know if it's because I'm a grandmother and I'm always having to keep the kids from doing these kind of things to each other. It's got to stop. It's kind of elementary. Am I the only one that feels that way? It's like, I feel like I'm on a playground and I'm like right in the middle. And I'm sure many other subscribers, creators, the whole community, I'm sure a lot of us feel this way and just don't say it, but I feel like I'm in the middle, and I feel like that if you speak to so-and-so on this side, then you're the enemy, or if you speak on this other side, then you're the enemy to this side. And I'm not about that kind of stuff, man. I fully get how many of you has issues with the armchair detective, I get it. And if you've got issues with them, then I'm sorry that it's happened to you, whatever it is. If it was me, because let me tell you, I do have some issues with some other YouTube creators, and I'm not even going to say any names because that's ridiculous. And it's not any that I associate with, I'll tell you that. So if I'm associating with you, then it's not you. It's just, I do have some issues with some of them, and that's just the way it is. But I'm not going to get out here and I'm not going to tell everybody that happens to like their channel, oh, so you like them? Well, I don't like you no more, because I'm not doing that. If somebody wants to like somebody else, that's fine. But to me, that's like this car lot, and you want to buy a car, and you really want, say, a Camaro. Well, you see one from the road. Oh, there's a nice Camaro. And you stop, and you look at the Camaro, and everything looks awesome about it. You're really into that Camaro. You really want to buy that. So as you're walking into the office to talk with someone about the car, you happen to notice they're also selling a Toyota, the same color of the one that you paid so much money for, and it was a lemon, and it was a piece of crap, and you gave a lot of money for this car, and they just screwed you over on it, like terribly, and they wouldn't make it right. And even though you were out so much money on it, I'm not going to go into the car business and say, I really wanted that Camaro out there. I looked at it, and I was going to buy it. I was really going to buy it, and then I saw that Toyota sitting over there. And seeing that you're representing this Toyota, knowing that this specific Toyota had so many recalls, and this specific Toyota caused so many people problems and cost so many people money they couldn't afford, then I'm not buying that Camaro from you. If you want my business, you'll never sell another Toyota like that again. I mean, I kind of feel that way. Imagine you're in second, third grade, and you're on the playground, and you and 4 other people have been friends since first grade. All of a sudden, one of those 3 friends makes the other 2 mad. Have not done nothing to you personally, but to make the other 2 friends mad. So the other 2 friends come to you and they tell you, oh, well, so-and-so done something to me, and I want you to hear what they done to me. And they done this, this, and this. And also, when I spent the night with them, they was kicking their cat and being mean to their cat. Okay, you're sitting here and you've always been friends with all of them. But now these 2 friends don't like that one, and they're telling you all the reasons you don't need to like that one either. And you sit there and you say, well, they've never done nothing to me, and if they were bad to you, then you need to talk to them about it and try to straighten it out or whatever. And if you can't straighten it out, you need to distance yourself from them, right? Just don't have anything to do with them no more. And then the other 2 friends comes against you and they say, really? So you think it's okay for them to kick a cat and steal my quarter when I dropped it on the ground? I'm like, no, I don't think that's okay. I don't think it's okay at all. I think it's wrong. And I think you need to talk to them about it. And I think you need to fix it with them, or they need to make it right to you or something. But technically, it's got nothing to do with me. So these other 2 friends are like, okay, well, if you're not going to take our side, then I see how you are, and I'm never going to talk to you again. Doesn't make sense. It's childish, people. It really is. And I understand that people has a lot of issues with him, and I get that. But I can honestly say personally, he's never done nothing to me. And what he's done in his personal private life, even though it could have been horribly, terribly wrong or not, it's not my business. I don't know how else to say it. And I know a lot of people's going to be hating on me after they hear this. I don't know how else to say it. I don't want to get involved. I don't want to be in the middle of none of this. It's got nothing to do with me on either side. I hear he's took so much money off of people and promised stuff for Patreon and promised stuff for this and that and the other. My thing is I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to be straight honest. Back a long while back, I also became a member of his Patreon channel, right? I did, because it seemed like he was getting information. He had these letters. I was interested in them, you know, along with many other people. We was interested in this. So yeah, I joined it, and so, you know, I'm like, I'm a member now, and just as soon as the second he does his live, that doesn't mean I got to jump over there and watch it right then. I can go back later when I get time and look at it. And I'll be honest with you, I forgot about it. I really did. And then I started hearing something about everybody was upset with him because he promised all these letters, and they joined his Patreon, and then he didn't produce any letters or produce one letter or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah. So I went over to his Patreon, and I did find one letter, and I listened to it. And to me, there wasn't really nothing in it that interested me, right? I don't even remember what it said, but there wasn't really anything there that sparked my interest enough to talk about it, so I just didn't. And that was it. But it seems like that was one of the big issues everyone was having. He wasn't producing these letters that he said he had. You know, I did it too, and I'm not hating on anybody. If I was upset that I had paid that money that I really couldn't afford, and then I didn't actually get what I paid for, then I would just unsubscribe. I mean, I would stop paying. Personally, I wouldn't make this big thing. I also have seen and heard that he's done a whole lot more than that to other people, and I'm sorry. You know, I'm truly sorry that happened to you. And but it's not my business. I don't know how else to say it. Oh, but he's a terrible person, and he's a con man, and, well, you know, maybe he is. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I don't know what he is, because I don't know him personally. But I can say he's never done nothing to me personally. And until he does something to me or my family or something like that personally, then I'm not going to jump on either side, guys. I'm just going to keep doing my thing, stay in the middle. I hate drama. I mean, I try to stay as far away from that as I can. And no, I'm not going to jump on either side. I'm not going to jump on the sides. I have saw pictures where he was gambling. I'm going to be honest, gambling, going to the casinos, a lot of people do that. I love going to the casino. I live in Alabama, so we don't have any sort of lottery or gambling or anything in our state. I wish we did. So if we want to go play slots, we have to do it kind of like we have to take a vacation in a sense. We have to drive all the way to Tunica, Mississippi to the casinos. That's the nearest casinos to us. And we have to go there, and I love to play slots. I've never hit the card tables because Lady Luck's on my side that much, but I'll tell you what, the last time I was at Tunica, right after we left Graceland, I love Graceland. I've been there a couple of times. I'm a big Elvis fan, in case any of you didn't know that, but we drove on up to Tunica, and I was playing the penny slots. We were only there a couple hours, but for 30 bet on the slot machine, I won $1,600. I mean, I love to play the slots, and so we took that $1,600 and we went and spent another night at Grace. I mean, I'm just saying, the gambling in the casinos, I personally don't see nothing wrong with that. And then I hear people saying, yeah, but he's gambling with the money that he's taken off of honest, hard-earned people. Well, I don't know how to answer that without sounding completely horrible to some people, but I'm just going to answer it as straightforward as I can. What he does with the money that others give him or subscribe to his Patreon or whatever, just to be honest, that's his business. What he does with it, don't give it to him. Stop. If he's not producing what you're paying him to do, just don't do it. I've personally never gave him no super chat. I did do the $5 Patreon, because I was interested in the letters, but I've never gave him a super chat or nothing like that, because I never stick around in any of the chats long enough to do much, because I don't have time to sit and listen to it all. But I do see people throwing him these super chats a lot, I do. I mean, I even commented to my husband one time, God, he's making really good in these super chats. I don't even know how to do a super chat for my channel, but if he's sitting there and he's doing these lives and people want to give it to him, then, that's their prerogative. That's what they can. They can do it if they want to. They don't have to. Just understand, I'm not defending either side here. If he's wronged you, I'm sorry. I truly am. Tried and can't get anything settled with him one-on-one, through private messages or phone calls, emails, whatever. If you just can't get anything settled or come to any kind of agreement, then my actual advice is just to chalk it up as a lesson learned. And don't do it again. It's so full of hate right now, and it's so full of division. There's division everywhere we go, everywhere we turn. Every time we turn on the news, it's division. United we stand, divided we fall. And it's not just one of us, it's all of us as a whole. I just wish people could get along, but it's never going to happen. And if somebody's done you wrong, try to take it up with that person and try to keep it private between you two. And if you can't come to some sort of agreement, then distance yourself from that person. Block that person out of your life and just chalk it up as a lesson learned, and don't let it continue to be your every thought and eat you up inside, because it's not doing anybody any good. In the long run, it's not. It honestly resembles an elementary playground where either you have to choose a side or you're not liked, and it's ridiculous. I want people on my channel to like my content. I want them to enjoy listening and watching my content. I want them to take something away from the content I give to them, because believe it or not, these videos takes hours of research. And not just research. Once you get all the research done, then you have to put it all into a video, and you have to put it to where everything matches up. The pictures, the videos, the clips, the narration. And it's not easy. And it is very time consuming, but it's also very educational, and knowledge is power. So even if you don't like the person narrating something, and I'm not talking about just my channel or his channel or anybody else's channel out there, even if you don't like the person, if you're taking something away, some knowledge away from what you're listening to, then that's a good thing. I believe we all need to keep our minds sharp, and I believe we all need to learn something new every day. Knowledge is power. I mean, when we were going to school, we didn't always like all of our teachers. And then today, those same teachers that we didn't like, we look back on and realize that they really did instill knowledge into us. Let's stop all the hate and the bullying, and even if you feel like you can't stop it, even if you feel like you must continue and prove whatever points you're proving, that's okay. That's what you want to do. That's your choice, and just whatever. But for the love of God, don't bring everybody else into it. Don't try to make people choose sides. If people don't see everything your way, or choose to try to not even get involved in it, don't come against them and think they're the bad guy just because they don't want to be involved in it. Don't make them choose sides. Because at the end of the day, that's wrong. I saw where people's making the videos, and I saw Facebook groups, and the people that's doing these videos and these Facebook groups, that's what they feel like they need to do to prove a point. And by all means, that's their choice, and that's their prerogative, and if they want to do that, let them do it. And many people enjoy watching or reading or getting knowledge. They're actually getting knowledge from these people that's doing this, I guess, in a sense. They're getting knowledge from that, from the videos, from the Facebook group, different comments on the videos and the posts. They're getting knowledge. So let them decide, and let them decide what they want to do. And if they decide to distance themselves, then that's their choice. And I'm not coming down against any of the creators or the people that has the Facebook groups. That it's their choice. And I'm going to tell you, I look at them. I do. But I don't comment. I don't thumbs up. I don't thumbs down. I just look. And I keep my opinion to myself. Because I don't want to be involved in it. Period. And because last night I went on and I said hello, I saw a live stream and hey everyone, how's everyone doing? And now I had several people think I'm some kind of villain. I don't get that. Most all of us are at least parents, but there is a lot of us that's even grandparents. And we teach our own kids not to do this. We teach our own kids to distance ourselves and try to not get involved in other people's problems, because until it's brought to us and until it is our business, then it's not our business, and we need to just kind of stay out of it. Actually, what I'm doing in the true crime stories is I'm giving you the facts, and then I turn around and I give my opinion on the facts. It's basically the same exact things these creators are doing about not liking Armchair Detective. They're giving you their facts of why they don't like him and why they feel like they were either betrayed or used by him. They're giving you those facts. And then it's your choice to make your own opinion about it, right? It's your choice. After you watch their videos and read their posts and comments, and in your mind you choose to have an opinion of, okay, this is a terrible individual and I want nothing to do with him, then do just that. Have nothing to do with him. Distance yourself from him, and that's it. Don't continue to let the hate eat you up. It's hurting you. I've seen the videos, I've read the posts. If they got betrayed by him the way they're saying they did, even the way they're proving they did, then my advice to them is distance yourself from him. Stop letting it eat you alive and telling everybody else in the world what he did to you. If that makes you feel like you are exposing him for what he done, then that's fine, because yeah, that's what we do on these true crime channels. That's what we do. I even have a series, Exposing the Mistress, because I showed her facts and I gave my opinion on those facts. And if that's what you guys are doing, then that's That's your prerogative. You can do it. Nobody's stopping you. At the same time, my advice here is to the people that's reading and watching the videos. If after you watch them and you read it and your opinion is you want nothing to do with this person, then distance yourself. That's my advice. Distance yourself from him and have nothing more. Block him and just have nothing more to do into him. Period. But if you see someone else speak to that person, then you shouldn't automatically hate the other person. I guess is what I'm saying, because it's not the other person's fault that this person over here betrayed you or took advantage of you or took your kindness for weakness. It's not their fault. No, they're just saying hello, and right, two wrongs don't make a right. I have distanced myself from all this drama. I've tried to stay out of it as best as I can. I guess I got into it by popping in live and saying hello, you know. But I'm not going to say I regret doing that, because that's just who if I'm walking through Walmart and I see somebody I know, which I don't personally know him, I know him from the true crime community, and they're right there, and I might say, hey, how you doing? You know, but if you're sitting on another aisle and you see me speaking to them, that don't mean you should hate on me for it. I don't get that. I don't hate any of the creators, because I know they all put a lot of work and time and effort into what they do, and I don't hate any of them. There is some that I completely disagree with. There is some that is just out there spreading bad things about victims, and I completely disagree with them. And I personally can't stand their content, and that's just me. At the same time, you don't hear me constantly talking about it, because it's not my business. And these people have their own subscribers that enjoy their content. They want to hear their content, and that's okay. They're even welcome to come to my channel and listen to my content, and they do. Of course they do. And several of them even completely disagree with me, totally, and tell me why I'm wrong, and that's okay. That's fine, because that's what we need. Everybody's not going to always agree. If we all agreed on everything, then it would be a pretty damn boring world. Seriously. We're not always going to all agree, and that's just the way it is. And if you can't take that, then maybe the true crime community is just not for you. I don't know. This is a touchy subject to hit on, but I'm going to, only for one reason, because I can relate in a sense. That is Frankie Rusek. Frankie, by all means, seems like a good kid. He really does. He has some deep family morals, and he's deeply involved in his sister and niece's case, and not involved in it like we are, I don't think, but he's hurt, understandably, right? From the way I've seen and read about it, his issues stem very much deeper with AD than what's meeting the eye. I believe, I'm pretty sure it does, because Frankie knows there's other channels, there's other creators out there, but he's not come against all of them. It's just, you know, for the most part, AD, and there may be a couple others. And if I was him with one particular channel, yeah, I don't blame him. I would be all over that channel of the things that they say. And again, I'm not going to say any names, and a lot of you know who I'm talking about. But if I was him, I would be all over that channel as well. I just would. He's not coming against every YouTube creator out there that talks about the case. He's not. It's just only certain ones. And I believe Frankie has a deeper issue with these certain ones than is what's meeting the eye. Frankie is a year younger than my daughter, and so I can relate with him because, I got my kids and I got, all their friends, so I can relate with them. I really can. Another reason I can relate with Frankie pretty damn well is I know his pain. I know it. My brother was murdered, and my nephew was murdered when he was just a few days after he turned a year old, like a week after he turned 1 year old. Well, he turned 1 year old on a Saturday, and then the next Saturday we were at his funeral. So one Saturday he was having his first birthday party, and then the next Saturday was his funeral. So I know Frankie's pain. I do. And it's deep, let me tell you. It really is. It's very deep. You don't get over that. You just don't. Mine happened, my nephew was 4 years ago. You just don't get over this kind of thing. And like I said, you don't see him coming against all channels that is, looking for justice for his sister and nieces. You don't see that. My channel is one of them that comes in that category of trying to get justice for his sister and nieces. He's not ever come against me. Well, I think there's something a little deeper, and obviously with the one channel I'm talking about, I don't blame him. Good Lord. The thing of it is, the only difference between me and Frankie, not the only difference, but one difference between me and Frankie's pain is they do have one in custody. They did get that much justice. Ours is still open. There's still been nobody charged for anything. But that's why I can't talk about it. You can't talk about it. It's an open investigation, and that's why I've made the comment a lot of times on my videos that I don't see how Nicole's dad could go in there because, you can't. It's a murder investigation. It can't be shared with the public, any ongoing investigations. I know this for solemn fact. One day I hope to be able to talk about it, and I hope justice is fully served for my brother and nephew as well. And I hope it is for Frankie and his family too. As far as Mr. and Miss Rusak, I don't know their pain. I don't know the pain of my own child or grandchildren. I can't even fathom it. I know Frankie's, and it's deep. I hear a lot of things about a creator from the past named Mary, I think her name was Marlowe. I don't know her. She must have been on the case or something before I ever got involved in it, because I don't even know who she is, but I heard that there was issues with her as well. I just wanted to come on here and say that please don't involve me in anything that has to do with people's issues with other people. I don't want to be the kid in the playground on the middle having to choose sides, because I've always been the kind of person that if someone has wronged you, if they betrayed you, if they've used you, and if they took your kindness for weakness, like so many people have said has happened to them, please block the person, distance yourself from them, and have nothing else to do with them. If you feel like you need to expose what they've done to you to others, then do that. If that's what you want to do, if that makes you feel like that you're helping, I guess, someone else by doing that, then by all means do it. That's your right. But just because somebody is not wanting to jump on either side and they just kind of want to stay in the middle and not even get involved in any of it, don't jump on them, because it's not their fault. And I'm not talking about just me. I'm talking about anybody. And the little scenarios I used earlier with the playground and the car dealership, some of you may can understand where I'm going with that, and some of you may not. And if you don't, that's okay, but try to understand. Let's all try to be in this together. I know that I do it because, for one, I love true crime, and I study a lot of it. The video I'm putting together, even at this moment, doesn't even have anything to do with the Watts, but I do cover the Watts case a lot. And the reason I do is because that's what my subscribers ask me to cover, for the most part. And that's what I do it for them. And I try to keep it different than anyone else's. And I try to throw out different proofs and different facts. And I just try to stay on a level of different, because I don't want to be like everyone else. I don't want to jump on everyone else's side. It's a 3-lane road. You're either on the popular side, you're on the unpopular side, or you stay right in the middle and do your own thing. And that's me. I'm in the middle. And anybody that wants to jump on the bus with me and listen to the facts, and we can all have a right to our own opinion and talk about that opinion, as long as nobody's bashing each other, throwing off on each other, name calling, because all the elementary playground stuff will not be tolerated on my channel. I'm not going to let it go through. I'm not going to do it. And I hate that some of you wanted to leave me because I said hi in the live the other night. But, you know, I don't regret saying hi, because I'm not going to be one of those that's like hiding behind the bushes and being somebody's friend behind the bushes. No, I'm not going to do that. I am who I am. And I'm not going to be some two-faced. That's not who I am either. So now I'll give you a good example. Dave Griffin, he helps a lot of us creators. He gets us information, gets pictures. He's highly knowledgeable in this case. He knows a lot about the case. He's researched it immensely. So he helps not just me, but many creators out there. And he knows I watched AD in the past. He knows that. Now he'll say his opinion, and that's okay. He should. That's his right. But guess what? Dave is I feel like a very good friend to me, and I feel like I'm a friend to Dave. And, you know, we don't hate on each other. It's ridiculous. I mean, let's stop this playground stuff, please. I'd love to hear your comments below. At the same time, I want to tell you up front, if you come at me bashing me, if you come at me telling me how terrible another creator is, you know, attorneys don't do that. In real life, think about it, attorneys will not and do not do that to each other. It don't happen. They even have, on all of their ads, they even make sure that they're no better than the next attorney or something to that effect. They don't do that. If you go into an attorney's office and you tell them, well, this other attorney used me and took me for all my money and didn't do anything to help me and didn't even research my case or nothing, then if it's a good and professional attorney, he's not going to look at you and say, oh yeah, they're a piece of shit. You wasted your money on that attorney. Why did you even go to that attorney in the first place? Oh my God, stay the hell away from that attorney. Let me tell you what else he done. He's not going to do that. A professional attorney is going to say, well, I hate you went through that, but now let's see what I can do for you. That's what he's going to say. And at the end of the day, you're going to respect him more for that. You really will. You're going to be like, well, you know, he handled that professionally. But if he would have sat there and got into some kind of gossip with you and telling you all these stories he's heard, and even that the same attorney has screwed him over in the past, you know, in the professional world, that doesn't happen. Believe me, I know that. If professionals see the kind of stuff that's happening out here with the true crime community, I believe they would just think it's ridiculous. And I don't think they would put much stock in any of it, because when you're talking about serious lives, when you're talking about people's actual life that was taken unjustifiably, their lives were stripped from them too soon, way too soon. What's more important? Let's let the viewers make their own choice of that. Say that the channel, all they're doing is wanting money or throwing out conspiracies or this, that, or the other, and it's not catching your interest, and it's just pissing you off what's happening, what you're seeing, and this, that, and the other. Leave. Don't just continue to sit there. It's pissing you off. Leave. Don't trouble yourself with it any longer. You know, and then if you go to another channel and you're like, well, I like this content, and they seem to really have researched and done their homework on it, and I really like what they're saying, and they're making sense to me, and even their opinions sound very plausible, then stay and continue with that channel. But if you feel like that you're mad at me because I popped in that live last night, even if you didn't know I popped in it, I'm telling you now I did. And I don't regret it. I don't see anything I done wrong personally, but a lot of people did. So if you feel that I done something wrong there, then, and you're mad at me and upset at me for doing that, then I would appreciate it if you would just message me privately and we'll talk about it. I want to hear your side. I do. I want to hear what you got to say. And I want to be able to come back and talk to you about it. If you're a member of the Facebook group, you can always get me on Messenger. You know, I don't check it that often, but when I do check it, I reply every time. And all you would have to do is leave in the comment here, I sent you a private message on your Messenger, and then I'll go look at it. But as far as slamming it out there, I'm subscribing, I'm never looking at you again, I can't believe that, I can't believe you even looked at his video. Look, I'm going to delete that, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to allow any platform, not any of them, even the one I can't stand that I was talking about earlier, not even that one. I'm not going to allow any platform to be slandered on my channel, whether it's true or false or opinions. It's just, I'm not going to do it, because my channel is drama free, and it's going to have to be taken somewhere else. I respect every creator out there. I'm friends with a lot of them. I speak to a lot of the creators because I respect the hell out of their work. I know the time they put into it. The ones that talk bad about victims, oh no. I will not stand and say that I respect them, because I don't. Comment below and tell me how you feel. No bashing, no name calling. Because if that starts coming in, I'll just turn comments off, because I feel like everybody has a right to their own opinion. But what do you do with your kids when they're all just sitting there and continuously arguing and complaining with each other, and it doesn't stop? What do? You separate them. You go to your room, you go to your room. That's what I do anyway, because I'm not going to listen to it. It's ridiculous, and I'm not going to be a part of it. The drama, not going to be a part of my channel. There's plenty of channels out there full of that drama, and it's not going to be here. Thank you all for listening, and I would appreciate civil comments, and let me know what you think. And if you disagree with me, that's okay too. Just say, I disagree with what you're saying, but you know, I respect your opinion. I respect everyone's opinion. I'll just say that. I respect everybody's opinion. For the most part, as creators out here, we're not professional degree-holding attorneys. We are just doing an investigation from the facts that we got, and we're doing them at home, and we're putting what we find out there, hoping that maybe someday somebody with power will see it and maybe can use something that we have found to help. That's what we're doing with the Watts case. Anyway, I'm sorry if anybody's mad at me for speaking on the channel. I did. I don't regret it. If I'm ever scrolling through YouTube and I see any of them going live except one, it's very, very likely that I'll pop in there and say hey to everyone. And even on Facebook, I'm a member of quite a few groups, many groups. And when I get time, I'm scrolling through Facebook. I'm reading comments. I don't reply very often. Sometimes I do. Like on one post, we might start kidding around about something, but most of the time I don't even reply. I'll read it, I'll take it in, but I don't get involved. So all you people out there that feel that you were wronged by AD or any other platform, I'm sorry it happened to you. I wished it hadn't have. And whatever you feel like you need to continue to do, then that's your right. Personally, if it was me, and there again, this is my opinion, things would have happened to me that you say happened to some of you guys. Personally, what I would have done is, I'm just telling you, I would have blocked him, and I would have distanced myself, and I'm just being honest. And when all this other mess came out about him, and if anybody in the future ever asked my opinion, I would have said something like, yeah, I'm no fan of his either. I had problems with him in the past as well, and left it there, because I'm just not going to spread it everywhere out there, because that's just me. My mom had an old saying, and I agree with this saying till today: if you stir shit, it's gonna stink. You know, so I don't like drama, I don't like hate. The world's full of hate. Just like you see in my background here, the little fish. That's what we are. People, we're all these little fish in one big world. And if you see how the little fish are just swimming by, and they're kind of not paying any attention to the other ones, right? They're all just doing their own thing. Just doing their own thing and doing what they got to do, and nobody's paying attention to the other one. But yet, at some points when you see all of them at one time run up to something that has caught their attention, and then a short time later, you'll see them all leave and go do their own thing. Okay, that's kind of like us in our true crime community. Like, one of the creators may put out a video that everybody is just super interested in, and they'll all run and they'll watch it, you know, and they're all going to have their own opinions about that video. Some good, some bad, some completely agree, some completely disagree. But what do? You just leave, and then you just go on about your own, doing your own thing again. I don't know. That's my opinion. This is Unjustified. I hope you all have a great day. And as always, in the comments, let me know what you think. Just no drama, no bashing, no name calling, no second and third grade elementary cliques and choosing sides. Just be straight, honest. And if he's done something to you personally and he's wronged you, don't put that in the comments either, because you're more than welcome to say, you know, he's wronged me before. That's fine, but don't tell us all about it, because if you feel like you want to talk all about it, believe me, there's many YouTube channels out there that you can post those very comments in, and that's what those channels are for. But this isn't one of them. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll be back really soon with the next video, and I hope you all enjoy it.